It is the final game of the regular season. It is on to playoffs after today, and the Kings of Rugby are facing up against the current 4th place side, the Newport Gwent Dragons. This is possibly what will be replayed the next episode for our semi-final matchup. The Kings are cruising their way to the number 1 spot. Hello everyone and welcome back along to Cornflakes Trivia, home of Rugby 18 and the Kings of Rugby career mode, where we are coasting at this point. We haven't changed anyone in the starting 15. We had a very impressive performance last episode against Treviso, so we'll look to close it out here, finish the job against these Dragons. And great little kick-off there from the Dragons as Ma'anonu has picked up the loose ball as it wobbled its way along the 22-metre line. Here is Will Gideon, who's gone for a little kick over the top. Just, I think, a little too much. We'll wait and see. No, I think he's got it in. I mean, it's not a brilliant kick by any standards, but I mean, a little deft touch like that to keep it in the field of players is marvellous from the Wallaby scrum half. And they're going to the back or they're going to the front? I don't think I don't think the Dragons know where their line-out's going to be going. No one wants to join the small. But we're kind of stuck into having to join the stupid thing. Mauls are the biggest waste of time in Rugby 18. Look at the clock ticking. Just stop it. Just stop. Just stay there. Into touch you go. Just go on. There you go. The ball's almost out. Keep on trundling. Right, let's play. What a terrible play. Tell me one player that thought that move was a good idea right there. Absolute terrible play from the Dragons. And I mean, I have absolutely no compassion for them whatsoever. I just want to smash them. Go on, to the back, thrash them, let's score a try. Away it goes to Ndolo! Oh, there's a bigger hole than a bus stop in there! And Ndolo goes straight through! No one will get within a touch of him! And he'll score the first try! Welcome to Kings Rugby. Nemani Ndolo didn't get one last week. This time, he tees off with his first try. Look at that hole! Absolutely terrible defence from the Dragons, but you got to say, this kid down here, the blue boots, old light blue boots there, was absolutely tearing it up. So we're going to watch out for him in future. He is quick. He was absolutely burning the Ndolo down. Look at him go on the left side of your screen. He's lightning fast. That field was 10 metres longer. I think we would have had a tackle. That is pacey. Goodness me, I want to see him more. I want to know who he is. Should have paid more attention to their side. Oh, blue boots, I presume on the left wing for the Dragons. Super fast. Here is Sexton. The crowd hushes. As the home side concede another 2 points at 7-0. The Kings of Rugby finishing with 2 on the road as well, which is an interesting way to end this season. As the ball goes down to Stuart Hogg, who absolutely pulverises that ball. What a bounce! Oh, they're straight into touch. Unbelievable. This is dreadful rugby from the Dragons. Coach killer stuff. 2 really good chances to attack, and they've butchered them both. Back to the Kings. Almost 10 minutes in, the Kings once again go to the back, and quickly they shift it to Ndolo, who this time doesn't get around the back of the line-outs. And it looks like the Kings might lose this. They do. It's back to the Dragons, who, oh, what a little run there. He gets through the defender. And that is entertainment there from the Dragons. They look to come wide, and they find no way through, and there's a penalty for offside against the Kings. And they're going to have a scrum, the Dragons, which is not the most recommended option to take against the Kings. 2 packs settle down. And in the ball goes. Dragons get first touch on it, which isn't too bad. Now the Kings retaliate. As things get a little bit interesting now. Oh, it's turning the tide. And they can see it at the back, Will Gideon. He's getting excited. He's egging the boys on as they turn it over. Conrad Smith straightening through the defence. Beats 2 defenders with him as well. Puts a little grubber kick to the corner. And he'll settle everything down. Pressure now firmly on the Dragons. As Mr. Composure, Conrad Smith, puts the Dragons inside their own 22. 10 metres out from their own line. 7-0 the score. What's the option here? Where are they going to go? Oh, we just about got them at the front. We'll let them play. It's a kick coming in. It's close to the touchline and it is over. A good little clearing kick there from the Dragons, whose kicking game have been, well, fairly poor. There's a packed house here as well, which is very interesting. Another line out from Malcolm Marks. And the ball to the back where Falatau was waiting. Seems to be the order of the day. No one wanted that. And Furlong! Well, he says, I'll have a go, boys. And he fires it out wide, making the initial break. Away to Ma'anonu, who's been a devastatingly good for Ma'anonu. Oh, he gets rid of that defender as well. Superb work from Ma'anonu. Here's Williginia. Spots a wee hole around the breakdown. Tries to go through it, but he doesn't quite get there in time. It's there for Underhill. Gets it to one. Beautiful work. Oh, my goodness, from Underhill. But the tackle was Fahamahina. Just trots in, which would have been a try. Underhill did brilliantly. Look at this. How did he offload that? That is a remarkable offload. He was upside down. And what are they going to do here, the Kings? A shot at goal, I'd imagine. Oh, no, it's a tap. It's a tap from Hogg. And now they'll use the full width to this back line. Conrad Smith. They put the burners on, but they're not much of a burner. It's just a little bit of a booster in the boots for Conrad Smith. Had all the wheels outside him, but they weren't required. Stuart Hogg, brilliantly up on the line, decides we are going for this. And look at what he had outside him. Plenty of numbers. Didn't need him. Conrad doesn't score many, so you got to take the ones when you can. For the veteran outside centre. And look at that. 2 players went for the... Oh, 3 players went for that big desperation dive just as Conrad got the ball. And they were sitting there on the ground looking very, very silly after the points. Dragons, of course, a man down from that hideous tackle. But the most insane offload you ever see. Absolutely crazy. Sexton's taking the ball back a touch, and he's looking for his second conversion of the night, which he adds without too much trouble. And it is 14-0 Kings of Rugby over the Dragons. Deep one. This time down to Sexton, who's, well, he was lining something up there. He's not sure what he was trying, but here is Guinea. Puts up a little bomb. Well, no one was really keen on chasing that. And that's what you get for trying something a little bit different, I say, team. As away come the Kings of Rugby once more. Big tackle there on the try scorer, Conrad Smith. Numbers here on the short side. Oh, there's got to be offside. Come on, ref. That is a terrible tackle. Khaleesi, Underhill, keeping it alive. Oh, Smith's there. They're going to have to work hard now, the Kings, to get this ball. Oh, they're not going to work very hard at all. They've lost it. It's there for the Dragons. Oh, charging up, and he's going to score. It's a try. It's a try on the Dragons. Get excited. They've got one down. Very well played. They've stormed straight through. Turnover ball here. The Dragons way more committed. And the Kings were ball watching. And look at this. Oh, very good tackle in the end coming in. But a 1-on-1. It was the 2 loose head props having a bit of a doozy between them there. This is what it will all come down to. Look at this. Bang. And you see the outside backs there. Tuisova, Guinea, they're like, yeah, not interested in that one. And we'll let it go through. So the Dragons score with a man down. And they could half the deficit with this conversion. It's a nice, easy one. It's just to the left side of the uprights. Almost half now gone. And he squirts it through nicely. It is 14-7. And the Dragons have come alive. Stuart Hogg spots a big hole at the back there, but they cover it up nicely to the Dragons, and they pulverise this one straight into touch. And they'll reset play back towards the halfway line. Not too much excitement from the Kings here. They've been relatively quiet after scoring those 2 tries in quick succession. Here's the line-out throw again. It's to the back, and that is the go-to play. We really don't want to maul it. We go short to Atolje. Sexton giving it up for Mahanonu. This is good. Offloading in the tackle here. Nadolo! Oh, what a spin! Nemani Nadolo sparks the Kings into life. Desperate dive. Not enough. Not enough to stop the machine that is Nemani Nadolo. And he scores the third try for the Kings. How quickly that has turned from a bit of a downer into a huge pile of confidence now for the Kings. It was quick hands, it was catch and pass, taking the tackle, drawing the defender, but then, when it looked like they're going to go one more, Nadolo says, have a spin. And he did the spin brilliantly as well. Always had the pace to beat the man chasing him. There was one coming off his wing that just about got him enough. But superb work here from the Fijian. Look at that. You're not stopping that. Here's the chance. Desperate dive. The fend was out. And he was already on the turf. And Nadolo squirts it down. Just to the left of the uprights. And the Kings add 5 more. So that dream of getting back in the game from the Dragons has quickly ended. Scoreline was 14-7. Now it could possibly be 21, and it is 21-7. The Kings of Rugby carrying on their merry way. We've got a question where the commitment levels are for these Kings. They know they've already qualified ages ago for the finals. So, Stuart Hogg busting out a tackle after tackle. Hogg now up over halfway. Where's the wheels? Where's the speed from Hogg? Doesn't need it. Uses the power. Hogg running out of gas. Hogg to the line. Stuart Hogg short. Oh, that is a real shame. It's a gimme here for Guinea. It's a gimme for Guinea. And he's over. A little snipe down off the back of the breakdown. And Will Guinea scores as he becomes a benefactor of an absolute brilliant solo piece of individual outstanding work from Stuart Hogg. Just short, but obviously he can reach out and place the ball if required. Hogg was only 3 or 4 metres short. Quick ball. Defence was far from organised. He was taken down, but he backed himself to get that little bit extra. The outreached arm of Will Guinea. As we near the half-time mark, and what an interesting half it's been too. It was the Kings that bounced out to a 14-0 lead before being pulled back to 14-7 by the Dragons. And then now, goodness me, as we look at it, another 2 late tries in this half to the Kings. Make it 28 points to 7. We've got less than 4 to go here. And a close kick there from Sexton as well, almost missing on that right-hand upright. It's kicked away, and with just 3 to go. Oh, that is a great little run there. It's actually bust through a tackle. Now, the Kings would love to turn this over. No, they're going to run it here. The Dragons.
Ball free.
And they're keeping it tight. Just one out rugby to whoever is on hand. They're going to go more than one phase. Advantage is over. Didn't even know they had it, but they've got it, and they're busting through the tackle. Guinea comes in late and shuts that down. Passing wide. Oh, Sexton's gone very wide. He's gone too far. They slip straight through. Good work there from the midfield. The ball is back here for the Kings. You know what they're quite trying to do here. It's gone eventually away to Nadolo, who was trying to kick that out, but he was swatting away defenders like they were annoying little flies. Eventually, he dribbles himself over the sideline, and we are off to the halftime break at 28 points to 7. 4 tries to 1, 4 conversions to 1. Yellow card, of course, for the scrum half, it seems, of the Dragons. Tackle count 10-18. Normally, it's a bit more one-sided, but the way the Dragons are playing, they're definitely still in this match. Now, I want to bring Mapimpi on. Who for is the question. Let's take... Nadolo has been devastating. He has been absolutely devastating. 2-11-1. Tuisova had a great game last round, so he can come off because he's not done much this week. We'll bring Sam Underhill off for Peter Saili. Anton Gulliman can come on for Rob Evans or Ty Furlong. Let's bring Furlong off for a break. Rob Evans made that big tackle in that one-on-one battle. Dan Carter. Dan Carter to come in. Why not at 12, eh? Conrad Smith can come off as well. Who's left? Vinny LaRue. There we go. We've got pretty much a new look back line for the side. Whole bunch of changes coming into place. So, no, always push the wrong button. There we go. Let's get back into it. 28-7 the score. Plenty of changes now for the Kings. So it'll still be Stuart Hogg at the back. And how can we take full toll of that gap? It's not really where I wanted it to go, but Hogg is going to chunk it away into that little hole. And great take there from the second row who's kicked it back. Well, that is amazing. It's there for Hogg. Hogg has been devastatingly good, but that time he's cut down. Oh, and turned over in a flash. Great work there from the Dragons. Chasing hard, and they have transformed in the second half. Where did their first half team go? They are absolutely blitzing the Kings early on. Here's Ndolo, great tackle, chopping him down. And now you got to look at the likes of the Guineas there to possibly go for territory. Here is Mpimpi. Stutter step past one. And it's there for Malcolm Marks, who, well, he's done the box kick instead. And Dan Carter is chasing. Oh, great tackle. A bit high. They get away with it, the Kings. Now, what can the Dragons cook up? Keeping it tight with that one-out rugby. Oh, it's there for Rob Evans. Carter offloads brilliant to Vahamahina, away to Billy LaRue. Mpimpi involved with Gulliman. And Hantul Gulliman. Oh, what an offload. Away to Filatel. Now they go back to the left. Vahamahina to Carter to a turnover. Great intercept, but it's turned straight back. Sexton's got the ball. He pops it away to Ndolo. Beats one. He's been hard to stop today. It's the money, Ndolo. Oh, what a try. Individual brilliance from the Fijian winger. Watch out for those hoardings, Damani. Look at that. Struck away one. And then it was pace to beat the fullback, and the winger just got him. But not enough to slow him down. Just about into touch. But he knows that field. He knows where that sideline is better than anyone. And Ndolo, look at him go. Get out of the way. What a finish as well. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant by Ndolo. So who's kicking still? It is going to be Sexton. Carter is on the field, but Johnny has said, get out of the way, Daniel. This is my team. I run these plays at 10. So he keeps the kicking boots over the veteran, that is Daniel Carter. And a tough kick here for Sexton. Starts it off nicely on the right. It curls brilliantly back in, away from the right hand upright. And that is a glorious kick for anyone off the tee. The restart is straight down the throat of Stuart Hogg, who again punishes his ball straight back and leads a vicious charge from the Kings. It's coming back, and Hogg tries to charge it down. There's no one here, and Makazole Mpimpi is the one going back there alone, but it is his Springbok friend and Khaleesi that drags him. That's surely a knock on there. Sexton pulled it in, and he's fighting for the ball. It's a great run from Malcolm Marks. Advantage, there's advantage. I don't know why there's advantage. Was he offside? Will Guinea goes on with it. Carter, quick hands, and it intercepts, takes us back to the penalty. So it is, what are we going to go for here? We'll probably go for a touch, I do think. Yes, and the ball's there with, this, I mean, there's too much space back here, isn't there? For Stuart Hogg, he's gone for the space, he's gone for the bounce. It's not gone for him at all. And it's turned in and given back to Hogg, and they say, have another go, Stewie. And he says, well, I'll just run it then. Don't mind me. Oh, what a pass away to Mpimpi. Oh, that is beautiful from Hogg. Mpimpi beating defenders all over the shop, but finally dragged at the touch by about the 6th Dragons defender. Onto the pavement over there as well, which could be a couple of scratches there for Makazole. 35-7 the score, just under 20 to go. The cameraman caught in the action. Oh, we've gone a bit early there, just a touch early. And are they going to run this? They do. They run it straight off the line out, which is very bizarre. Vahamahina was halfway to the try line as that ball's kicked away. Oh, Carter. Oh, no, Carter. Get it, Daniel. Oh, great take from the Dragons. Carter was put into a spin from that ball leaving the ground. As the Dragons still avoiding tackles very easily at the moment. Although that is a turnover. And here is Vahamahina. Look at him go. He's just running because everyone else is going the opposite direction. Beautiful ball. Vahamahina turns it back to Rob Evans. Oh, the big boy's having fun now. Rob Evans eluding defenders. They just dive all over the place. Great work there, Vahamahina and Evans. Away to Carter, running the cutter beautifully. Guliman away to Nadolo. Nadolo beats him for pace. Nadolo, he's going for their favourite corner once more. He's pushed down. Khaleesi. Vahamahina, oh, he's absolutely swamped by defenders, but somehow that ball goes out to Carter. How did it get out of there? And Carter is as free as a bird. He puts the wings out to release that joy. What a play. I'm pretty sure that was Sebastian Vahamahina. It all started here with Nadolo, who tried to beat two at once. Khaleesi quick on the ball. There was Vahamahina. How many defenders were there? No, there was one more pass. Didn't catch who that second one was, but how many players were around Vahamahina when he had to make that pass? And then it was a rib tickler. I'd love to see who that second one was. Not quite sure. A 10. Oh, it was Sexton. It was Sexton. Sexton and Carter. Oh, magical combination at 10 and 12. Johnny Sexton absolutely pummeled around the midriff. Still gets his pass away beautifully to Daniel Carter. Dragons going down the big way here. 40 points to 7. And there is just 6.5 minutes to go. Sexton's taking it right up to the sticks as if to say, no, you can't touch it. And over he goes. Dragons don't even move. Not long to go now. It's been a big win here for the Kings as Stuart Hogg gets it back now. Hoggy wants to have another go, and he goes straight to the defender as well. And loses the ball promptly all alone. He's too quick, Hogg. Chance for the Dragons. They could double their points scored. They're going to struggle to hold on to the ball, though, but they do get it back, and they're going for a bit of a run. And it's held up from Malcolm Marks. Oh, no, don't tell me it's another maul. All right, let's get all the players in there, shall we? Right, let's elude. Oh, there we go. Why did they get that back? Yeah, so they're going to have to stop here. They're going to have to stop. Yes, we've killed it. Yes, we've killed it. I thought we'd killed it. We haven't. They're still trundling on. Here we go. Now it comes to a close. They're going to the left side. Oh, what an offload as well. Keeping it alive. The sidestep. Oh, he was over. What an idiot. What's he done? Oh, it's all over. It's finished. Why couldn't we see a replay at that end? They should have scored their second, the Dragons. The player went over the line, but he just, in a rush of blood to the head, has thrown it over his head and given it to a player 15 metres back who got smashed. I can't believe it. They should have had another try, the Dragons. They deserved it. They played fairly well compared to some teams that we've played, but they only managed the one try from their 80-minute performance. The Kings picked up 6. Tackle count 35 from the Dragons, 22 from the Kings as well. But that is an emphatic way to finish the season. The Kings of Rugby finished top by a long way. And they will be now playing, maybe, the Dragons again in the semi-final. Let's take a look at how these playoffs finish. Of course, I'm pretty sure we had to beat the Dragons by about 80 or 78 for anything to change. So, it should be Kings at home versus the Dragons. Let's see. Alrighty team, I've got one thing to say about the post-match of this one is welcome to the Bugtastic Rugby 18. Yeah, I played that match out about 4 times, getting that similar result, and then the game would crash. Just completely black screen, music, and nothing else. So, the bugs continue all these years later for good old Rugby 18. So what I've had to do is just simulate that last match. It's ended up 30-0 to the Kings anyway, so no big matter either which way you look at it. But we've made it to the next round. Maybe a point less than we should have, but all in all, it doesn't really matter. Thank goodness for that. So as you can see, we are into the semi-finals now, and we will, as expected, be playing the Dragons. Gloucester will be up against Bordeaux. That's 2v3, and of course we are 1v4 for the other. As we are top seedmen, this will be at home to face either Gloucester or Bordeaux. Surely I'd imagine if we lost in Gloucester or Bordeaux, whoever won that one should be the home team, because Dragons finishing 4th should have no home advantage throughout, but God knows with these blooming games how terribly they program that sort of thing. So Either way, win, and we're at home for the final versus Gloucester or Bordeaux. Otherwise, everything is all swimmingly going well. The team is nice and fit. We'll be putting out the best side. We won't be bothered changing anyone at this stage. So we've got a strong team, strong bench. Everything's looking good. All that's left to say is let's get on to the semi-finals. It is the Southern Kings, the Kings of Rugby, whatever you want to call them, up against the Newport Gwent Dragons. And that is semi-final 1. 2 is Gloucester versus the Bordeaux Beagles. I'll see you next time for semi-final number 1, and hopefully it'll be the big grand final after that, and then on to Division 1. Hopefully no more crashes, hopefully no more bugs. Well, that's going to give a premature ending to the Kings of Rugby. But until next time, thanks for tuning in and watching, and as always, take care.